are we able to tell the weather by looking at the skies, but we miss God's warning in the signs of the times? Top of the morning to you. When we consider the word judgment in the Bible with the mind of love and a firm determination to get to know God better, we have to ask ourselves, would we recognize judgment from God today, or would we just try to explain it away? In the book of Joel in the Bible, we see where God sent judgment against Israel in the form of locusts that destroyed crops and brought that nation to its knees, literally, as they recognized the plague was sent by God in response to their sin. God spoke through Joel to call them in 1:14 to sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly, and gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land in the house of the Lord your God, and cry to God in penitent pleadings, for the day of judgment of the Lord is at hand. Verse 15. Fortunately, the people obeyed, and the Lord relented. Chapter 2, verse 12, the Lord speaking, "Turn and keep coming to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping and mourning, until every hindrance is removed and the broken fellowship with God is restored." Verse 13, "For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in loving kindness, and he revokes the sentence of evil when the conditions are met." Verse 14, not only revoking his sentence, but leaving a blessing in its place. God uses nature as a tool for judgment. He used the flood during Noah's time. He used earthquakes to get Israel's attention in the wilderness. In our pride, we've come up with an alternative explanation anytime we see natural disasters. We say it's just climate change, and therefore we become numb to the fact that God is trying to get our attention. Revelation explains just how bad it's going to get in the last days when angels are sent to deliver enormous hailstones and explosive volcanoes and stars falling. Yet in chapter 9, verse 20, the rest of humanity who were not killed did not repent. Hebrews 12:23, God is our judge, or is the judge of all. We must pay attention to his warnings. Amos 3:17, the Lord does nothing without revealing his secret to his servants. Let's not be too deceived to notice. Word of encouragement. Climate change is being used to explain away God's judgment. Don't be deceived. Look at the natural disasters. Note where they happened and see it from God's perspective. Were there things going on in that region which displeased God, like idol worship, rejecting God, warring with his people and his ways? Matthew 16:4, Jesus speaking, saying, "Hypocrites know how to discern the weather, but can't discern the sign of the times." Have a great day.